Don't type email, rather create an automatic email sending bot to send hundreds of emails without writing a single word. This is super simple, super fun Python project just for you. So let's get started. Before getting into the detail, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Otherwise, grandma will kick you out of the house and create a romantic relation with Santa on this Christmas. To start this fun project, you will have to have Python installed in your computer and use a Python code editor called PyCharm. And then just click on this new project button and give a fancy name. Here I will give email bot and then press enter. This will take literally few seconds for the PyCharm to get ready. Once the PyCharm is ready, all you have to do press Ctrl A and then press backspace to have a clean slate, and you will just need 5 lines of Python to send automatic email. This is super crazy, and the fun part is you don't have to poke your Uncle Peep to install a package. Rather, you just can start writing import and then SMTP library. Here SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This is a kind of a system to send email. You don't have to pull your hair just to understand this. Just make sure that you have typed it correctly, SMTP library. And after that, all you have to do is create a server. Server is nothing but a middle person. For example, you have a crush on somebody and you want to send a gift to this person, but you don't have access to send gift to this person. So what will you do? You'll find a middle person, maybe a friend of your crush, so that you can send the gift to this middle person and that middle person can take the gift to your special crush one. So that's what this server is doing. When you are sending a text, when you are sending an email, this email from your device, your computer, goes to the server, and then server send it to the specific person that you want to send that email. That's why here you will declare a variable called server, and then on the right side you will call this SMTP library to create an SMTP server, and you need to provide just 2 things. The very first thing you will need to provide is the SMTP server name. And here this would be smtp.gmail.com because I will send email by using Gmail. And then you have to tell the port number. So port is nothing but like a doors of a house, and to go to the house for a specific purpose, you need to poke on the specific door. Here this door number is 587. And after that, you have to tell the server, hey server, I am your trusted partner, so try to trust me, and that's why you will type start TLS. TLS means Transport Layer Security. That means you are telling or assuring the server, hey, I am very secure person, you can trust me. And so far you have typed 3 lines of Python, and our mission is to type 5 lines of Python to send an automatic email, and after that we will make it crazy level automation. So first do the simple level automation. So your 4th line would be telling the server who you are. In this case, we will send email on behalf of our beloved grandma, right? So here we'll say the server, you need to log in our grandma. That means we'll provide the grandma's email address. Here, this will be fresh.grandma21@gmail.com. And grandma has a very unique password. And that password is grandma dating Santa on Christmas. So that's what is grandma's Gmail password. I don't know where the grandma gets it, but this is what is her password. So this is your line number 4. And line number 5 is just sending the email. So you can call the server, hey, I need to send mail. And here you need to provide 3 information. That means the person who is sending, in this case, grandma would be sending the email. The second thing is the person who would be receiving the email. And the third thing is the message itself. What is the content of the email? So first we will definitely can easily copy grandma's email address from here because grandma is our sender. So here we will paste it. And after the comma, here we will paste the receiver. So for a testing purpose, I will be sending email to a cool dude. And here is the cool dude email address. And after that, this is the message. And grandma will be saying, hi dude, make sure make sure you join the party on Christmas night, otherwise I will go for a romantic date with Santa. He already texted me, something like this. So this is just your 5 lines of Python where you just have imported the SMTP library. You are connecting to the server, you are telling the server that this is a secure communication, and then you are providing your credentials to log into the server, and after that you are sending the mail. That's it you need to write. And now your task is to click on this run button, but this will give you a little bit error, but don't worry, we have the solution here as well. So I'm clicking on this run button and then see the error message. And the error message is saying that it doesn't able to authenticate here. And the reason this is happening is Google takes their SMTP server in a secure way. So that's why to allow the message, you need to go to your Gmail or Google account setting and allow external code to send email on behalf of you. So that's why even if you just go to the Gmail, you would be receiving a warning that somebody is trying to send email on behalf of your account. And to turn on this, all you need to go to in your account and click manage your Google account. Go there, and once you go there, click on the security link and scroll down all the way, and then you will see less secure app access. And Google doesn't recommend you to send automatic email. They want you to use their Gmail account. But anyway, we know what we are doing, and that's why we're clicking on this dude, and there we are turning on the app access. And after that, we will be sending email from this account. This is the critical security alert that somebody is trying to log in into your account. So Google is monitoring everything you are trying to do, but we already give the access anyway, and we would be receiving email in this account. So I'm going back to my PyCharm here and already give the permission. So if I just click on this time I will not get any error, and if I come back here I should be receiving an email. So let's do that. So I click on this dude and then look at the output, and here there is no error. That means I can come to this account and see fresh grandma already sent an email, and we didn't like go to the Gmail and send this email, rather Python send this email. So this is just the beginning. Here you can just send the email using 5 lines of code, and our next step to automate hell out of it so that you can just talk to your code and it will automatically keep sending email to the person you want to send. So that would be fun. So let's keep doing it. So the fun part here is you will talk to your Python code to receive whatever you are trying to say. For example, you'll be saying, hey, I want to send email to this person, and your code will figure out what the email address of that person, and then it will ask you what's the email subject, what is the email body, and then it will automatically send email and will ask you, hey, is there any other email you want to send? And if you say yes, it will keep going and going, and that would be so much fun, my dear friend. And to let the Python code to receive your voice command, you need a Python package, and that package is called speech recognition. So now if you come here in the Google and then search for Python speech recognition, and it will take you to this website, and you need to just click on this button and come back to your PyCharm and then open the terminal and then just paste the thing you copied, and then it will tell the pip uncle to install speech recognition, and this will take just few seconds. Once the speech recognition is installed, you need to install the second package, and that package is called pyAudio. And some of you might face some trouble to install pyAudio, but don't worry, I will put a description of our Discord server. You can go to this Discord server and ask for help about installing pyAudio or speech recognition. But I copied this one and come back to my terminal, Control V, and then press enter, and then it will install pyAudio for this project. So now come back here and then import speech recognition and give it a tiny name, and that's why you will type as, and the small name is SR. Once you have this small name, all you need to do is to create a listener. That means that there will be a listening body hiding in your Python code, and you need to start the sr.recognizer. and that will recognize whatever you are saying. And once you have this kind of recognizer that you want them to listen from your microphone, in that case, usually you will write your code inside a try and accept block. So I'm just typing try and accept. And if there is any exception right now, we don't want to do anything. That's why we'll write this special Python keyword pass. That means just ignore this and go back to the try block. And for the try block, the first thing we will write is with sr.microphone. That means we would be getting the microphone and give it as a small name called source. And after that, we'll write a simple print to give us the indication that it is listening whatever I'm trying to say. And after that, you will declare a variable called voice, and its task is to go to the listener and said, hey, you need to listen whatever is coming from the source. That's how you are making your Python code listening to your words, right? And after that, you can just maybe whatever the information that person is giving, and you need to convert the voice, that is the audio, to a text. And for that purpose, you will call listener.recognize Google. That means you're calling the Google API to convert your voice to some text. And after that, you can easily print that information. So we will test this, and also since we don't want our email to be sent again and again, we will just simply put it in a function define and give it a name send email. And after that, whenever you have this colon sign, your job is to anything underneath it just to put a tab or put them inside. So all I will do is to select these lines and press the tab. So everything will go inside this send email function, and I don't need to worry about it. And here, if we just run it, you will say like a listen, and you will see that your text would be converted. So let's give it a try. Hey Python, are you a smart guy or you are a dumb guy? You see, hey Python, it's got a little bit wrong in the spelling, but are you a smart guy or are you a dumb guy? That means our Python is at least listening what I am saying. So this is definitely one fun step. And here you can do something like, since you'd be giving command again and again, that means you'd be asking for, hey, give me the email, maybe give me the subject, give me the content, and maybe send again another email. That means you'd be using this again and again. And for that purpose, you need to put in a function. And declaring a function is super easy. Just define maybe get info or something like this, and you are putting a colon. And if you put a colon, rest of the stuff will go under a tab. That means they would be indented. And since you are writing a function here, whenever you are calling this function, you want something get returned from this function. And for that purpose, all you need to do is to return, and then you are returning the info. And by default, when you are typing something, even if you look into there, some of the character is upper cases, some of the character is lower cases. But if you don't want to handle with uppercase and lowercase, you can just use very simple method on the string that would be lower. So in that case, whenever you call this get info, they will give you all the text, but everything would be in lowercase. So that's one nice thing. Now think about our goal again, what we are trying to do. We are trying to get info multiple times, and eventually we want to send email. So we will declare another function here, maybe here at the bottom, and the name of this function would be define get email info. That means you would be getting all the information required to send an email, and inside it you will maybe calling something here, say for example get the name or those kind of things. And once your Python function will ask you to give the information, that means your Python has to talk to you. And that's the third fun angle of this project. That means you will need something to talk to you, right? That's super fun. So we will do that by using a fun Python package. And that package is called Python text to speech. So all you need to do is to search Python text to speech version 3. Go to this website, click on this tiny button, come back to this place and make sure you are on the terminal, and then Control B, and then Peep Uncle will install Python text to speech. And this text to speech, all it is doing is to convert the text you are giving to this guy, and all this package is doing is just converting your text to the voice so that you can listen to it. So once this is installed, you will come back here and then import that package you just installed. So import Python text to speech version 3. And once you have this Python text to version 3, you are creating a speaking engine that will be speaking to you, and you can start it by calling Python text to speech and then initialize it. And then your code might be talking again and again, and that's why you will declare another function and give it just name as a talk, and it will take some text as an input parameter, and inside it will just do two things. First thing, it will go to the engine and tell the engine, hey, you need to say something, and what you will say? You will say the text. And once you have this, you will say like engine dot, then run and wait. So it will execute and then would be stopped there. So we got this talk. That means we can call that from here. So here we will say like a talk, and the first thing to send email, your Python voice will say to whom you want to send email. For example, to whom you want to send email, something like this. And after that, maybe you'll say, I want to send to this person or something like this. So let's make sure that this part is working. So since this is inside a function, we will need to call this function to get this executed. So we'll say like get email info. That means we are calling this function. It will come here and it will call this talk. And once it comes to the talk, it will get the text from here and then it will talk back to you. So let's have the fun of running this code. So I'm clicking on this tiny run button and trying to listen what it has to say.
To whom you want to send email.
That means so far we were able to make our Python talking back to us, and also we make sure that Python can listen to us. So this is listening and it can talk. Now we need to connect these two so that our talking becomes meaningful to them and do something with it. And that's the fun part, my dear friend. So let's come back here. Your Python is asking to whom you want to send the email. Maybe you can say like, okay, this is the name of the person or something like this. And you have this function that you have created. So you can utilize it, get info. And if you do this here, so like a get info, that means it will get the name info, something like this. And you can get it as an output, or since you have already have like a print statement, you will see it there. So let's make sure this is happening. That means the name you are saying, it's displayed over there. So let's give it a shot. So I'm clicking on this guy.
To whom you want to send email.
Blackpink. You see, this is already gave output that you want to send an email to Blackpink or maybe BTS or maybe some other group of fun people, right? So let's keep going. Like it can get the name. That means it can ask for the subject of the email, maybe the body of the email, right? That would be super easy. So again, talk, maybe here inside, what is the subject of your email? Something like this. And once again, you will get the subject, something like this, and you will get info. It will go back and ask for the subject. And same way, you can ask for the content or the body or the message and the email, what will be there. So you can again talk. This is super simple, my dear friend. This is like, tell me the text in your email or something like that, or tell me the something like this. You can just leave it there, and then this is kind of your message, and then this would be like a get info. So this is very simple way you're getting all the information needed. And let's give it a shot. Maybe let's give it like the full email trial, and after that we'll be actually sending the email. So here let's click on this guy and then see whether this is happening.
To whom you want to send email.
Blackpink.
What is the subject of your email?
Hey, can you change the ice cream to the soup?
Tell me the text in your email.
Hey, ice cream was tasty, but this is the winter season and I cannot tolerate with the winter. So can you please change your ice cream song to a hot chicken sour soup or something like that, so that I can enjoy it in the damn cold winter and have a chat with Santa? You see? The whole text that I just talked to my Python code, it actually wrote it here. hey, ice cream was tasty. This is like a Blackpink ice cream song, and we are telling the Blackpink to change their song to like a chicken soup or something hot. And the whole text is written, and this is so much easy. And it saved my typing up like a 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So that's the fun part of my dear friend. And you need to do one simple thing. The thing is that you are getting the name from the user, but this is not a proper email address. That means you need some other code to convert the name to an email address. But don't worry, this is super easy. Think about like in your mobile phone, you have like a lot of friends' phone number. What do? You just save them by the name. And once you search for the name, that phone number appears and you make the call to this phone number. And we will do exactly the same thing. And in that case, in our case, we will create something similar to the phone book, but we will give it a different name and we will call it email list. That means this is a list of email. And in this email, we will have some name related to email address. So here is our email list, and this is in Python is called a dictionary. And dictionary will have a key and has a value. That means we will have a name and the whatever the thing we want to get. And I already created my favorite email list, so I will copy that here. And here is the list that I copied, and this is my favorite email list. So I have an email holder that's name is dude, and this is this cool dude email address. And also I have like a Jenny's email address, maybe Lisa, maybe Irene on the red velvet. If you know them, I have the email address, so I should be able to talk about them and send them email, something like this. So here, to make sure that our code can get the name from here and then get the email address from there. So here, this is the name. All we need to go is to like create a receiver, and the value would be go to the email list, in the third bracket, provide the name. So it will take the name, go to the email list and search for that name here. And if it finds that name here, it will give you the receiver. And to test it, you can just print here receiver, something like this. So all this I'm doing is to clicking on this run button.
To whom you want to send email.
Pink.
What is the subject of your
You
email?
see, it's already got like this Jenny's email address. That means I told it the name of the pink and it gave me the email address. And you can do like an other stuff. So for example, you have all these other names, maybe Lisa or something like this. Give that also a shot, whether we get the Lisa of the Blackpink's email address.
To whom you want to send email.
Lisa.
What is the subject of your email?
You see, I can convert the name to a email address very easily. So that's the fun part of programming, right? You can do a lot of things. So far we got the receiver, we can get the subject, and we can definitely get the message. That means this is the time to send actual email. So we already have the send email method created. So we just need to do little bit changes over there. You see, this is our send email, but this is always hard-coded who would be the receiver, right? And right now our goal is to make it dynamic, and we can easily do it in just few lines of code. So here we would be calling the send email. So from here where we have this receiver, we have the subject and message, we can call the send email function. And here we can pass, for example, the receiver, we can pass the maybe subject, and then we can pass the message to this function easily, right? And here, if we go back to this send email, it doesn't take any parameter. So we created this two parameter, the receiver, maybe subject, and then the message that you want to send. And here we will have this connection, that's fine. The login of the grandma's account, this also valid. Here we can set the sender, and this is the receiver, and this is the message, but there is no place to provide the subject. And even if you go to the message that was received, you see this message doesn't have a subject. So we need to do little extra work to create a subject and change it little bit, and then we would be all done. So to do this, here you will use something that already used in Python. All you need to do is that from email dot message, you want to import email message. That means you are importing email message, the way structuring the email message. And here instead of like here creating the simple text, all you need to do is to create an email, and that would be email message. And on this you will set few things. The first thing you will set from whom you want to send. That means that would be your a fresh grandma. So you take this out of here and you are sending from, this will go here. And then email to whom you want to send. So you are just setting to, and then the value on the right side would be this receiver, because they will get the message to that person you are sending. And then also you can do the same thing. Email, you want to set the subject of the email address, and this would be your subject that you are passing. And the last thing you need to set is the content of the email. And to set this, you will call like email.setContent, and you will set the message as the content body of the message. And once you have this, you will not use this method anymore. So, and the last thing you have to do is to send the email. So you already have the email set here. All you have to do is to call the server to send the message, and your message would be the whole email. So you're sending the email, and the email has the from, email has the to, email has the subject, and email has the body. So let's give it a try. And if we have done this correctly, you should be receiving an email here with a subject, of course. So let's give it a try. And I would be clicking on this run button.
To whom you want to send email.
Dude.
What is the subject of your email?
Dude, are you available for a meeting tomorrow at 10 p.m.?
Tell me the text in your email.
Dude, we need to discuss about Python, how to learn Python, how you can find Blackpink, BTS or Red Velvet and all these cool things that we are in front of. We want to get connection with those. So let's have a meeting tomorrow sharp at 10 p.m. Don't miss it. Please get back to me as soon as you can. Yes, looks like it's have done it, because there is no error here. So if that works correctly, I should be able to see it. Oh wow, yes, before coming here, I got this subject, dude, are you available for a meeting tomorrow 10 p.m. And not only that, this is the whole thing. So you see, just by talking without typing a single thing, not an email address, not a subject, not a body, I was able to get this email sent. And since I can do it, you can do it as well. So that is the fun, but that's not the all fun. Our fun is to send email again and again. That means we can send more than one email at a time. So that's the fun thing we'd be doing. And to make it automatically send hundreds of email, you just need to do two simple things, and that's super easy. And you can do a little bit polish here and there too. So for example, you have this send email info, right? You're calling this, it gets all the information. And after that, you need to give an information that email is successfully sent. And here you can just talk, hey, lazy dude or lazy something toot, your email is sent. And talk something like, do you want to send more email? This is a question, and you need to take the input. So maybe send more, this is your variable, and it will take the get info. That means it's asking the user who will be talking that, hey, do you want to send more email? And the person might say like a yes or no. So if yes in send more, that means the person wants to send more. All you need to do, just simply call this get email info again. That's it. So if the person says yes, it will go back to this function, which is like in front of this, and come back. It will get the information, all this information, do send the email, and will give the information that it was sent successfully. Do you want to send more? If the person says yes, and it will go and do the same thing again. And if the person says no, I don't want to send anymore, in that case it will not be true, it will not go there, function will be end, and then your code would be finished. So this is the way, my dear friend, you should be able to send hundreds of email one after another without typing a single word. And that's the fun and that's the power of Python. And if you want this video until this point, you need to definitely like this video, subscribe to this channel, and also if you face any trouble or have any questions, you can go to our Discord server and ask us about your question. And the last thing you have to do is to go to the App Store and find an awesome app called Programming Hero. So if you are a rich dude and using Android, because Android is getting richer again and again, you can use it here. Or even if you are using an iPhone, you can get Programming Hero in the App Store as well. So it doesn't matter whether you are using an Android and iPhone, you need to get this awesome app. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely like this video, stay in touch. Your grandma and I will see you in the next video.